Yo everybody and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Steins again. When we last left off, we had figured out who FB was and all sorts of fun stuff, but now things are slightly different. We found out that Ye killed Mocha and she said some weird cryptic stuff, and now we're trying to figure out what's going on, so we decided not to send the D-mail just yet and try and figure out what's going on with Nay by time leaping and doing this again. Krista glances at Mocha, then whispers into my ear. Isn't she our enemy? It's about 7 AM, right? Huh? Well, yeah, but where did that question come from? After time leaping 4 hours back, I found myself at the station. This is right after Mocha and I met up with Krisu after returning from Narita Airport. After this comes the Tanuji residence. Mocha is standing a few meters away, kicking the dirt in boredom. Mocha was dead just a few minutes ago, but now she's perfectly fine. I feel no surprise. I suppose I've grown accustomed to this particular feeling of facet of time travel. After all, I've seen Mary come back to life countless times already. There's one other thing experience has taught me. Today Mocha and Tanuji will die, and there's nothing we can do to stop it. I know it's cruel, but I didn't come back here to save them. I don't have the means to, and it isn't my problem. The problem is Nair. We arrive in front of the Tanuji house, just like we did before I time-lapped. This time I wait outside with Krisu. Mocha enters alone, expressionless as ever. While we wait outside, I tell Krisu about what's about to happen. I wonder how that conversation is going on in there. I also tell her to lie in wait while after she hears the gunshot, and then go inside and take Tanuji's phone. It feels like an entirety since passes in silence, and then Krista gasps, her body goes stiff. There really was a gunshot. I immediately look around. Just as Krista told me, I see a girl come out the window. She walks away quickly, but at the same time taking care not to make a sound. That's not how a child acts when witnessing her father's death. Wait! Naya looks over her shoulder. Where? She spears me with eyes filled of hatred. That alone is enough to make me shiver. It's pitiful, but a tiny little girl is making me nervous. Something is very wrong here. This Naya is like a completely different person. I want to know her true identity. That's why I time leap instead of sending the D-mail. Nay is still running, ignoring my calls to stop. I run after her. Don't take the bike. Out of shape though I may be, I'm still more than a match for a 12-year-old girl. The distance between us quickly shortens. Nay keeps running, occasionally looking back at me and grinding her teeth in a very unchildlike manner. Normally a child being chased by a man will cry and scream things like stay away or help. But this girl says nothing, the only sound is heavy breathing. Stop! I call out for her once more, and when she's nearly in arm's reach. Unexpectedly, Nay slows down and eventually stops to catch her breath. Looks like she realized she can't get away. From the sound of her breathing, this must be her limit. We're alone, Krisu and Mocha still be in the house, and the streets are empty thanks to the open holidays. Perfect. I was afraid someone might report me as a child molester. Now I can get what I need to know out of this strange girl who looks like Nair. I call out to her and catch my breath. Are you really Tanuji Nair? Nair glares at me as she catches her breath. You plan to kill Kriu Mocha after this, don't you? That's right. articulates her nonchalant reply with a cruel smile. She punctuates her nonchalant reply with a cruel smile. That's not the face of a child. Revenge for your father? You and Kurimoka killed Daddy. Your dad killed himself. He blew his own brains out. You would have done it even if we hadn't been there. It's not our fault. I don't care. What? Kurimoka was there when Daddy dies, but she didn't stop him. I won't forgive her. Nor you, Okabe Minato. You weren't there, but Daddy wouldn't have died if you hadn't got involved. Wait, she blaming me for finding the IBN 5100? How the hell was I supposed to know? But I won't kill you now. I can't. The tiny little girl, barely half my height, looks up at me with a smile and chills my blood. I'll kill you in 15 years. Keep living in fear until then. I get on my knees and grab Nae by the shoulders. I hold back my terror and meet her stare for stare. And yet this girl doesn't even flinch. Who are you? She isn't Tanuji Nae. What do you mean you'll kill me in 15 years? Exactly what it sounds like. 15 years from now, I killed you. Killed? Why is she using past tense? Nae's laughed once, a harsh mocking sound. Then she leans in and whispers, "You still don't get it? Just now, you asked who I am. I am Tanuji Nae, no doubt about that. But I remembered the next 15 years. Huh. She time-leapt? Did she? Time-leap? Whoa. Nae suddenly whips out a knife, catching me completely off guard. Nae drives the knife into my elbow, into the elbow of my right arm, which was grabbing her shoulder. Blood sprays onto Nae's face, but she doesn't even blink. Instead, she laughs, just like she laughed when she killed Mocha. Damn it! The intense ring brings me to my knees. For a moment I panic, but somehow I manage to convince myself that I'm fine. I won't die here, I tell myself. Miss Walline won't accept that. It's just as Nae said herself. It's not that she won't kill me, she can't. If she tried, something would surely interfere. Wanna hear how I killed you? In the future, you were one of the founders of the resistance against Seren. But I captured you, and imprisoned you, and tortured you every which way I could think of. You cried and screamed and begged for your life, all while covered in piss and shit. You were one sorry sight, Okabe Minato. After I ran out of things to do, I finally slit your throat. And then I stabbed you over and over and over again, so many times I don't even remember. That's how your life is going to end. That's your punishment for murdering Daddy. Nae grabs my arm and digs her tiny fingers into the wound. My nerves burst into flames, not just in my arms, but throughout my entire body. The pain forces the air out of my lungs like a blood-curdling scream. I can't shake off Nae's hands. I can't even move my fingers against the pain. Seren confiscated your time leap machine. They kept it locked away for 15 years until I came for it. After I became around it and killed you, I used that machine to come all the way back here. It was hard, let me tell you. That piece of shit can't leap more than 48 hours at a time. To travel 15 years in 48-hour increments would take... Damn, I can't calculate through the pain. 2,738 leaps. I messed up a few times though, so it was mainly more like twice that, at least. I kinda lost count after a while. Now I get it. When I came to this world line, I went back to the lab after learning of Mocha's suicide. And once I get there, I found evidence someone had used the time leap machine. So it was Nae's final time leap. Nae kept staring into my eyes as her fingers crawled deep into my wound. I bite my lip in a desperate attempt to bear the pain. My blood was won't stop flowing. It collects into a puddle and stains the asphalt dark red. Revenge was all I lived for. I won't let anyone get in my way. I will kill Kirimoka with my own 2 hands. I won't let that bitch kill herself. That doesn't deserve to go. She doesn't deserve to go that out easy. You left 15 years just for that? She's insane. And it was Mocha and I who made her that way, who turned an innocent little girl into a creature full of hatred, starved for vengeance. We stole 15 years of her life. 15 years, I can't understand what it's like to live in such hatred for so long. Just for that? Nay's slender fingers pry deep into my wound. So deep, I could feel her fingers against my bone. Ow, fun. It might not mean much to you, but to me, killing you two means everything. So you kill Mocha, but what comes next? Next? Are you going to repeat those 15 years all over again? What do I care about those 15 years? There's nothing for me here. She does not cry. She does not sneer. Her voice is flat and emotionless as she speaks those words. There's nothing more I can say to this girl I destroyed. At least, Nay lets go of my arm. She looks in disgust at her hands, now covered in my blood. I don't need anything from you now. Just wait in fear and regret, Okabe Minato, until I come for you in 15 years. I'm powerless to stop her from running away. The dry laughter leaks out my mouth. That girl's disconnection from causality. That girl's disconnected from causality. Just like I am. I asked her what she would do after killing Mocha. She didn't answer. First time she lived those 15 years, all she had was revenge. And after time leaping thousands of times, she exacted that revenge. How will she live those 15 years the second time around? Will she kill me again? Will her revenge be complete then? Or will it continue forever until she forgets why? The thought squeezes my heart like a vice. Does time travel bring nothing but pain? We built a time machine out of curiosity. We were fools. If not for our meddling, Seren would not have targeted us. Maya would not have died. Suza would not have had time to travel to the past. Ferris would not have lost her fathers twice. Nukako would not have had to forsake her feelings for me. And Mocha would not have killed Mayuri. Kusu runs up to me. She's turned pale at the sight of my bleeding arm. What happened? Are you okay? She kneels in front of me, worries etched on her face. The phone? I brought it, but Kusu hands me FB's phone. I take it and start typing the mail with my left hand. Hey, tell me what happened, will you? Should I call an ambulance? Calm down. I'm gonna send the email now. If the world line changes, then this would go away, right? Yes, but who cares about my wound? Tanuji's death, Mocha's death, and the damage to Nei's soul will all be undone. That's what matters. I finish the mail and take a breath. Hey, why do you think Tanuji why do you think Tanuji didn't kill Mocha? What do you mean? Any rounder who finds an IBN 5100 is silenced, no exceptions. That's what Tanuji said. In that case, the one who should have been eliminated first was Mocha. She found the IBN 5100 in the first place. And yet Tanuji cut contact with her instead. And while we exposed his true identity, he shot himself, not Mocha. I think he wanted to save Mocha. Perhaps that's just wishful thinking. Perhaps I'm just looking for an ounce of comfort in all this suffering. Even if it was Tanuji's intention, it was meaningless. Mocha will die today, whether not by our own hand or Nei's. It doesn't matter. However, I hope it works out in the Beta World line. They are our enemy. I should hate them for killing Mayuri. But in some sense, Tanuji, Mocha, and Nea are all just victims of my foolish experiments. I pray they can live normal lives, at least on the Beta World line. For their sake, as well as Mayuri's, I must send this email. Sorry, Nea. Once this email is sent, this world line will be undone. But I can't let you have your revenge. Ooh. Wow. That was different. We just saw the people change there. That was slightly weird, but that's fine. Oh. Yeah, all that was not in the anime whatsoever. That's why the whole scene in the anime was different to start with. Huh. The world shatters, warps, and reforms. Eventually, those sensations disappear and colour gradually returns to the world. I find myself standing in the street near the lab. The burning pain in my right arm is suddenly gone. I look down, there is no wound, no blood. Instead, I'm holding a convenience store bag with 2 bottles of Dr. P. I guess it worked. I head straight for Mocha's apartment. When I get there, Mocha opens the door normally and peeks out at me. She looks fine, no signs of despair, no blood stain by the door, no knife either. Hey, how do you know where I... Let me kill some time here. I barge into the room. Okay. The hour of Mocha's death passes with no sign of Nea. The war line has changed. I've got mail. Shining figure. I don't need the IBN 5100 anymore, Mocha. Mocha's right in front of me, but she sends me mail. I feel like it's forever since we last conversed like this. What do you mean? My supervisor told me to stop looking. FB told you to stop? How do you know about FB? Where do you get that information, Mocha? So FB is still alive? I feel relief, but also fear. I must forget that he is my enemy. For now, however, I'm more interested in what Mocha just said. FB cancelled her mission to retrieve IBN 5100. Doing your duty sets us up for disposal, so you're more like cattle than dogs. I recall his last words. Perhaps he cancelled her mission so they won't be eliminated. If that's true, then maybe he really was trying to save Mocha. Even fear and regret, Okabe Minato, till we meet again in 15 years. I wonder what happened to Nea. I can't get that childish yet hate-filled voice out of my head. On that world line, I turn an innocent girl into a murderer. I bite my lip. Sorry. I know it's a horrible thing to laugh at, but just that line. I turned an innocent girl into a murderer. Whew. I bite my lip hard enough to draw blood. I won't fear you, Nea, nor will I repent. That world line has already been undone. But how will things turn out in this new world line? No, there's no point thinking about it. If the plan worked, the IBN 5100 should already be back in my possession. And if that's the case, then there's no need to stay on this world line either. On the way back to the lab, I stopped by the Bond Tube workshop and peeked through the window. The 42-inch CRT is powered on. The Tanuji, FB, is lugging around the front, in front of it, reading the sports pages. FB is still alive. His daughter Nea has no reason to hate anyone now. I climb the stairs into the lab. There's nobody there but Krisu. Have you been to Curious Mocha's apartment? Uh-huh. Krisu pauses her @channel browsing session to look up me in confusion. Mocha-san's apartment? Never. Oh, okay. Why do you ask? It doesn't matter, just wondering. I cut across the lounge and head straight for the development room. In the middle of the room sits the time loop machine. Let's see what the mail is. Oops. Anyway. Haven't seen you in a while. Okabe been acting strangely lately. So Marushi didn't go to Komima today. Oh no. Are you at the lab? Maybe I'll go there to see. Maybe I'll go there now. I haven't seen you in a couple of days, you know? We usually see each other every day, so it's really lonely. I know it's only been 4 days at most, but I'm used to being with you all the time. I am your hostage, remember? Don't let go. Why would I let go? All this is for you. Ah. After I glance at the time loop machine, I scan the shelves. It's here. A large, familiar cardboard box. I was right. Inside the box is the IBM 5100, the legendary retro PC stolen from me by a twist of fate. At last it has returned. The long battle is finally over. I did it. I can save Mayuri. Dao is my super hacker. I can't contain my excitement. My heart is beating like a jackhammer. He's not here. He went to Komima, remember? Oh, right. In that case, he won't return until evening. I can't wait that long. So fire up the time loop machine and leap. Whoa! As shape and colour return to the world, I see Dao in front of his computer, sleepily playing an Ergo. Ergo? No idea how you pronounce that. Chris is napping on the sofa. She probably just got done with it all night on the time loop machine. Mary's not around. She's probably went to Lakako's to beg him to cosplay. Dao, Christina! Chrisu jerks awake. It's time for the final process of Operation Verthandi. My Sonorous declares yearns only blank states. Blank stares. Wow, I've failed that sentence hard. Why are they so slow? The IBM 5100. Dao! Yeah? Listen to me, man. We have an IBM 5100. Of course we do. You're the one who found it, Okurin. Yes, I did it. I found it at Yanabayashi Shrine. Have you been drinking too much soda? Let me see, for crying out loud. Krizu rubs her eyes and complains. She looks dead tired. I was up all night. The question, Dao, have you researched how to use the IBM 5100? Huh, well, yeah, I guess. Can you believe I did it while preparing for Komima? I'm like a saint or something. They'll knight me for something like this in England. Sir Dao. Then we should call you Sir Super Hacker. Hell no. You guys shut up. You're giving me a headache. Dao knows how to use the IBM 5100, then we can hack into 7 right now. Hear me, lab mems. Mario's not here, but that's actually more convenient. A long struggle has long reached its climax. Ragnarok is at hand. Now we must deliver the decisive blow. With the power of the IBM 5100, we can crack Siren's most secure database and destroy it from the inside. Throughout the cowardly apparatus known as Echelon, the enemy has acquired precious intelligence out of our activities. Now they plot to steal our sacred time machine, upon which rest the hopes and dreams of all mankind. Can I just remind you, Okurin, that the 7 agent is living right below you right now? Just putting that out there. I know he's an idiot, and I know they probably already know somewhat, and I don't know how much he can hear and all this, but Just pointing that out there. FB is right below you. Okay, let's continue. Wait, did I read all that? But still, yeah, I did. Beneath is social sociality tamperings. Seren is a hive of scum and villainy, of men who would sacrifice innocent souls in the quest to rule all space and time. But now we are positioned to crush them with the hammer of justice. And when we do, they will know once and for all by whose hand the wheel of fate truly turns. When the sun sets upon the battlefield, the foul system that rules the world will crumble, and the flames, and from the flames a new age will rise, an age of glorious, unfiltered chaos. Ah, shut up. Chrisu gets fed up and rises from the sofa. What are you talking about? No one can know the darkness in Okarin's heart. Fizz, get your character straight. What kind of mad scientist talks about the hammer of justice? I guess he's just caught up in the heat of the moment. Maybe he regrets it now. Come on guys, stop complaining and get ready. Get ready? To crack Seren, weren't you listening? I don't think that it's a good idea. When did you become a goody two-shoes? Where's your ambition? Are you trying to get us arrested? That's not the problem. I fight the urge to grind my teeth. Instead, I fix Chrisu with my stare. It's taken me so long to reach this point. This is my chance to escape the Alpha World line and save Mayuri, and I won't let anyone get in my way. Anyone. Okabe? Why so serious, man? I've got a good reason. To them, only half an hour has passed since the time loop machine was built. But to me, many days have passed since this ordeal began. Days? Please, I bow my head deeply. Please hear me out. Or else Mayuri will die, and in 26 years the world will be ruled by Seren. Suzuha's sacrifice would be for nothing. Dao claps me on the shoulder and then smiles broadly and thrusts his thumb skyward. It's not like I'm cracking it for you or anything, okay? Oh god. I burst out in laughter. So Super Hacker, Tsunade version. Oh, it's here to save the day. I couldn't have asked for a better right-hand man. Sundari, whatever. Pronunciation. As Dao hooks up the IBM 5100 to his PC, I explain the situation one more time. Let's hope it's the last. That's all that happened because of the very first email I sent to Dao. Seren intercepted that mail with Epsilon and figured out what it meant, then set their rounders after us. They will kill Mayuri, kidnap us, and steal the time leap machine. Some years after that, I assumed Dao and I escaped and formed the resistance to which Suzuha belonged. I tried to save Mayuri, but nothing worked. Every world line convergence on the same result, just as attractive field theory said they would. You know, says, if this is all in your head, I think you've got a career as a light novel author ahead of you. Illustration, elevated novels targeted primarily at teenage and young adult males. Cover artwork often depicts cute girls, although light novels can deal with just about any subject matter. Recent years have seen a trend towards stories about teenage boys meeting cute girls and winding up in extraordinary situations. There's some really good ones, like Roka, the Graves of the Six Flowers. Really good. Just say, light novels. Yeah. It's true, all of it. To prevent Mayuri's death, and to free Suzuha's future from Seren, we need to escape from the Alpha World line. And I think we can do that by cancelling all of our changes to the timeline so far. That should return us to the Beta World line, the world line that existed before I sent the first email. There's just one more step. We need to erase the first email from Seren's database. If what Suza said is correct, then erasing the data will take us over 1% divergence and back to the beta world line. It was just one short email, barely 63 bytes, but it changed the course of human history. The butterfly effect. Fascinating. Chrisu mutters some as she sips on her hot coffee. It looks like she's already recovered from her exhaustion. You believe him? Master Shi? In theory, I like to see objective data, but that's obviously impossible. Relax, your time machine works perfectly. Of course it did. She didn't deny it. That's just like Chrisu. Besides, you're already planning to crack Siren's database, weren't we? Fine, let's see what's in there. If the mail data exists, then it's proof of what you said is true. So what you're saying is, don't think, feel. Got it. Persona, yes. I know it's probably not Persona, but still. That every time I heard that now is Chie. You lost me. What he meant to say was, don't think, do. Dao extracts his massive body from the space between the desk, plops himself down on the chair, and wipes away his sweat. Done bridging them. I just need to tinker with the settings a little, but we should be up and running in about 10 minutes. Alright. So the first email started everything. Was that the one you showed me at ATF? The one you said I died or something? Right, I found you dead at Vatican and sent Dao an email. Dao happened to be experimenting on the phone wavenames that had changed at the time. So it was the discharge phenomenon occurred, and the mail was... My voice trails off. Something is telling me to stop. Fear rises in my chest, a sudden terrible certainty that I am missing something vital. I've actually replayed the conversation in my head. We must cancel all of our changes in the timeline so far. The very first email started it all. The one that I said I died or something. Return the world line that exists before I sent the first email. An icy fist seizes my heart, and I turned to Chrissy with a look of pure terror. Our eyes meet. Those eyes were no longer... those eyes of hers no longer show the sharp defiance from when we first met. Instead, they glow warmly in the light of curiosity. What? I was right. I missed something vital, something dire. The world line I set my sights on to save Mayuri. The world line in which Suzuha staked her hope for the future. The world line I am at last poised to reach at the end of this long struggle. On that world line, Mayuri lives. On that world line, Seren fails. And on that world line, on the 8th floor of Wadikan, Maske Krisu dies.